April 18, 2021, cold start.
Hello everyone, it's April 18th, 2021, and we're going to do a drive video on the 1991 350 SDL. Getting ready to list it on Bring a Trailer, and I thought it would be a good idea to do this video so I don't get questions about does the cruise control work, what's this like, how cold is the AC blowing, etc., etc. So most of the time I've looked on cars on Auto Trader or eBay, and they give a poor description of the car and people ask a million questions, and if I'm doing my job correctly as listing the vehicle, you shouldn't have to ask me any questions. Everything should be answered and you just bid on the car. So that's what the point of this video is. I want to go through all the features on the car, make sure everything's working, a little bit about this vehicle, or the 1991 350 SDL. They made between 1990 and 91 around 3,000 units to North America. It's a kind of rare car since it's the L350 SDL, which designates 6 inches. The back door 6 inches longer, so you have a little bit more leg room in the back, which is nice. Also, it's a 4-speed transmission. About 0 to 60 in 12 seconds, 12.5 probably. It has real good pickup. Quarter mile, they say, is 18.3 seconds. Fuel economy is 26 highway. Okay, now we're braking. Brakes are really good and strong on this vehicle. They have been checked and they are new. It's an OM 603 engine, which is the 6-cylinder, and has hydraulic lifters, no need to adjust them. It's direct fuel injection. The power on this vehicle is, compared to a 240D or 300SD, I would say it's quite a bit different, especially from a 240D. So right now the temperature outside is 66 degrees. I do have 2 thermometers in the vents, one on the left and one on the right. So it's putting out on low about 41 degrees. Yesterday it was about 89 degrees, and now it's 66 degrees. So we here in Houston have some fluctuating temperatures. But we did a cold start video. We're going to drive it for about 20 miles, show you that everything's working on it, and then we'll do a hot start. So the second owner, Mr. Barry, that had the vehicle, he bought it from a dealer in Florida, had about 29,000 miles on it, and he was a hobbyist enthusiast. He had a big warehouse, about 8,000 square foot warehouse that was climate controlled. It always stayed about 85 degrees. So I hit the tripometer, so you can see that that's working. Speedometer's working, tach's working, clock is working. Our temperature is about 90 degrees. Oil pressure, I just filled up with diesel. But one thing that you can't really see from pictures, and nobody ever thinks about asking the questions, are cabin odors and smells and what have you. Does it smell like mold, cigarette, pet odors, funky human smells? I don't know. This vehicle has none of that. One of my pet peeves is smells. If you have a cabin of a vehicle that stinks, that is the worst thing. The other thing I want to talk to you about is the cruise control. A lot of people ask questions, does the cruise control work? So that's why we're going to do this test. So right now we're doing about 45 miles an hour. Hit the Excel, and I'm off the, you can see my foot up here. I'm off the gas. So we're doing 45 miles an hour, nice and steady. So if you want to accelerate, all you do is you push up on the accel set handle, and now the car is accelerating. You let go at what speed you want the vehicle to cruise at. So now we're doing about 52 miles an hour. Steer straight, nice and smooth. This road's been recently asphalted, I guess about a year ago. So now somebody pulled in front of me, so I don't want to brake to release the cruise, so I'm just using the decel setting on the handle, and now I'm just going slower. So now it sets at the time you release the handle, which is about 42 miles an hour, and it's working correctly. It's not surging, it's not pulsating, doing anything weird. Our temperature is right at 90. Oil pressure is above 3. The gauges don't flicker. Gas gauge is fine. Okay, so now he's braking, so I'm decelerating again. I'm not hitting my brake, because if you hit the brake, it'll kill the cruise. Now I'm going 40. It resets at 38 miles an hour. So let's accelerate, because we're going to make people upset in the back here. So let's accelerate. The steering wheel on here is really nice. The leather's very clean. It's not worn. It feels nice and smooth. I guess it has a little roughness to it from the texture of the leather. The airbag is in real nice quality. Let's see what else on my list here. Alright, so now let's talk about the AC. The AC has been worked on. There are receipts for that. AC compressor's been changed, dryer, expansion valve. The evaporator was changed at some point. Can't recall in the year. It's in the invoices. The dash pods, the vacuum elements have been changed. So all the vents work correctly. So right now we're at 40 degrees and it's about 64 degrees outside. So when you hit the high speed, it blows. I can feel it all the way to here, which is right where the armrest is. And it has been converted. It is 134 Freon, and I was told that you have to charge them about 75% capacity instead of the R12, which you charge to clear the side glass on the dryer. So these require less Freon. Okay, let's see what else on the list. All the lights work on the car. Sunroof works real nice. You have the sun visors, which are in perfect shape. They're not broken. The hinges are nice and tight. The material's really clean. No sagging on it. The passenger side works as well. It's nice and tight. No sagging on it. Let's see. Windows, all the windows work. Driver's window works. Passenger works. Passenger rear. And then we got the driver's rear. The electric mirror, let's try that. Let's go up with it. Works up, down, out, works out, in. All that's working fine. This one here is a manual, so you just adjust it manually. So the glove box is nice and clean. The light works. Still has the Mercedes sticker here for service. I think that's what that was from years ago. Call that number. It's clean inside. The little velour in here is nice and clean. It's not deteriorating. It shuts really nice. The key does work in the glove box. Key works on all the doors. The master key, I do have a valet key and then an extra master key. So we have 3 keys in total. So the radio was changed on this car by the last owner. He said that the radio stopped working and he installed the CD, which I'm not a fan of. However, you know, it could be changed out to original one, I guess, but a lot of people like the Bluetooth feature, and it does have the manual for the radio, so we have that. It does have one flaw in the console wood. It has two little cracks in the clear, which you can see one here, and then another small one here. The rest of the wood is in nice shape, but it does have those two little cracks in the clear. The windshield is in nice shape. There aren't any cracks or chips in it. The leather is in excellent shape. It's never been dyed. There aren't any smudges, cracks. It's really soft. It's perfect. It looks like the only seat that's been sat in is the driver's one, and it's in excellent condition as well. But the passenger seat is perfect. It feels really smooth. The rear seats are perfect, smooth. The leather is just gorgeous. The transmission shifts perfect on it. It does downshift correctly. And now we brake, so all the gears work perfectly. No slipping or hard shifts. It's very, very smooth. Alright, so we've driven about 18 miles now, so we want to try the heater. So we got it on low right now. So the Mercedes works on high heat. The center vents shut off, and then the sides open up. So let's see, 70 degrees.